James Spader is so amazing in his Broadway debut in David Mamet's controversial new play Race that I had to go see this play twice. Please welcome back James Spader.
Hello, James.
Hello.
But the rest of us don't get hugs.
No,
to whisper something.
Yeah,
I see.
something.
Okay. Speaking of secrets, when I was backstage romancing you and telling you how much I love you and all of that, you said something strange or wonderful or interesting happened to you last night, but I didn't have time to hear it. I had
that
to
was
come
the
downstairs.
secret that I had to whisper to Whoopi.
Can you
So
tell us?
I had dinner last night with Mike Nichols, and he said to French kiss Whoopi, and I said, well, I'll hug her.
I see. Okay.
That's another show.
I'll hug her and send your love.
Okay, well, I'm glad I asked.
No, it was really strange what happened last night. I'd become very good friends on this show, Boston Legal, that I did for many years with Candice Bergen. And her husband, Marshall Rose, and I've been in town now doing this play for a couple of months, and we hadn't had time to go out to dinner or anything like that.
That's nice.
So finally she said, well, we really should go to dinner, last night. She said, why don't we go to dinner with Marshall and I? And I'm also friends, sort of sporadically through the years, with Mike Nichols, because we...
Sounds like quite a dinner. I wish we'd all been there.
Right, it was a great dinner. So I'd done a film with him years ago called Wolf, and he'd come to the play twice as well. And he had said, let's go to dinner as well. So Candice put it together and said, let's have dinner. And we went to this great restaurant at the Gramercy Park Hotel, Myalino.
Okay, now if you keep talking about this, we're not going to get to your play.
No, we'll get to
we
it.
love
We'll get to
Candice.
it.
I love Marshall Rose.
So,
we love Mike
wait,
Nichols.
you're gonna want to hear this.
Okay.
So we go to the restaurant, and I get there early with Leslie, and Candice and Marshall are not there yet, neither is Mike. And we're waiting there at the table, and all of a sudden I see someone over in the corner of the room sort of pointing at me and sort of leaning forward like this, and I'm trying to sort of ignore it, and then I can't ignore it. And I look up, and it's Bill Shatner. And his wife, Elizabeth. And I haven't seen Bill since the show wrapped, and so he comes over, we're talking.
Since
and
you married him on the show.
Since I married him on the show.
Did he?
We never got our honeymoon, but
You never consummated
we
it.
had a great wedding.
Did you love how that ended, by the way?
I did.
You
I
did.
did.
Barbara said it was extraordinary. We were
Yeah.
talking about it before you came
You
out.
married him on the show so that you could inherit as his legal partner.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a great original ending.
I think it was also so we could just continue smoking cigars and drinking scotch together, really.
And it's on DVD now, so everyone can watch it over and over
You know, we
again.
actually had two endings on the show because
We got to get to Race, so we're
Okay,
going to
let's get
finish,
there.
and you're never going to be
I was
upset
just going to
that we
say, you're
didn't talk
exciting
about
in
it.
everything you do, Boston Legal and Race. It was, okay, let me start by saying, you and David Allen Greer, you play partners at a law firm. Carrie Washington, she's a new associate, and you guys are handling a case where a rich white man is accused of raping a black woman.
Richard Thomas.
Richard Thomas. And I know, sitting there watching it, because I saw it twice because I felt I missed some stuff the first time. As a black person, I had very strong reactions. As a black woman, I was in the audience going, you know, the whole time. That was
You're
me
not alone.
in the front row. Did you have very strong reactions when you took this part on?
Yeah, but you know, I think, you know, the reactions from the audiences have been so varied from audience to audience, and also based on age, diversity, based, interestingly enough, white or black or whatever color one may be, very different reaction depending on age, particularly whether somebody was old enough to have lived through the civil rights movement or not.
Makes sense.
And that's made a big difference. But
I was wondering, I saw the play too, I was wondering, I think it's your character who says, all black people hate white people. Isn't Matt...
David Allen
David Allen Greer says it.
Greer says that, who is the obviously black character
And
in
I
the
think
play.
I reiterated in the line, too.
But that's Mamet's, that's the playwright.
Yeah, that's the playwright.
Who is white.
Yeah.
I just
and I
thought-
don't even know whether it's his thoughts or whether it's just the thoughts that he's put in the mouth of that character. I mean, you know, that's an ambiguous in terms of a playwright or a screenwriter or whatever, whether they're their thoughts or whether they really are just
Yeah, it's just a radical...
particular to who that person is.
It's a very radical statement. I was
Yeah.
wondering how the audience responds to that line, because that was out there.
You know, they take it in. I'll tell you the one thing that they and how to say this on air is a trick. But, you know, the reference to this Latino maid in the play, that is
Who's the one who has
Yeah,
Okay.
She had to file a report.
yeah,
yes.
she filed a report that's
Yeah.
involved in the case, and I don't want to get into the
No,
plot
don't
of
give
it or
it away.
anything.
You don't give the
But the
ending.
point is that there's my character is quite demonstrative and angry about something that comes up with this Latino hotel maid, and the audience reaction to that. Every single night, consistently, that is the one
Why?
thing in the
What?
play.
What
I don't know.
does it say?
I don't know.
No, but what's it say?
I can't say it on the air. But you know,
Is it women who are reacting?
No, it's
no,
everybody.
it's everybody. And I don't know whether it's because of the sort of climate about immigration today, and that happens to be the group that is, you know, the most perceived by all of us as being vulnerable right now. You know, I think that might be it.
It is. You play a lawyer, and it's two lawyers arguing the case, one black, one white, and the young woman, we won't give the ending, is also black. But one of the themes, and this is Mamet, not you, is that white and black people are just on different wavelengths. And is that something that
I don't know
you
whether
felt?
it's wavelengths or whether it is that, you know, we all try and, I think we all try and
What's that
acclimate.
line that we
I think
talked
we all
about,
try and
you know?
assimilate our culture, but ultimately, everybody has a different culture. You have a different culture than I. I mean, everybody has a different
And as you
culture.
say, different
based on
ages and
age, based on economy, based on race, based on immigration, based on everything, based on geography. I mean, we all have different cultures. And, you know, we sort of take it on in the way that we also take on technology in our lives. We assimilate it sort of regardless of without even thinking about the effects that it may have or how well we are able to acclimate to it. But we try. And ultimately, sometimes every so often, a misinterpretation, a misunderstanding, all of a sudden provokes one to stop for a second and realize that there are differences that we have to take the time to understand
And that's what the play
acknowledge.
is about,
And that's what the
basically.
play's about.
It's
I think.
very compelling, the play. I saw it, and it's very Mamet-like.
Everybody in the play is truly trying to do what they feel to be exactly the right thing at that moment.
Right.
And very often they're misunderstanding or misinterpreted or, you know.
Well, here's my question. I always like to ask people, now, you're from the television world where you work, what, 16, 17 hours a day?
I've done that for 6 years, yeah.
How are you feeling about the 8 a week?
I love it.
8 shows a week you love.
I love it. I mean, you know, I get there, tonight I got to get there at 6:30. That's not bad. If I wasn't doing this show, I'd still be in bed. I mean, I love that. For me, I started out doing theater. I like working nights when I was doing
And you
film.
like being a lawyer, boy.
Yeah, I mean, I like being this lawyer in this, but you know, I loved working nights when I did films. I did, you know, 30 years of films, and I loved doing night shoots and so on. The television show was such a surprise.
James, welcome to Broadway. This is so compelling. You must see it. Go see James Spader in Race at the Ethel Barrymore Theater right here in New York City. And when we come back,